Redstones. Did I scare some of you builders already? They can be a bit hard to look at, but redstones are the backbone of a great city and projects, but people tend to hide them far, far away. But I want to integrate redstone into my city to enhance the immersive experience, to make each redstone build a part of the city and its infrastructure. So let's start building. Hello, welcome back everyone, my name is Dai and welcome to my forever world. I do weekly videos of me building in my Japanese inspired city here. We've done a lot of progress in the past few episodes, and in today's video we're going to start off by continuing what we did here at the harbor. So first thing first that we need to do here is to build out our storage system, and most storage systems are really ugly, but we want something that's functional and very efficient that helps me build things very quickly without having me go through different chests multiple times. So we need to have a very organized storage system here, and to do that we need an automatic storage system. So let's start doing the interior of this place first. So we do have some materials here. I'm not really good at redstone, so hopefully this goes well. So let's see how it goes. This is the harbor. It brings in good from outside of the city. The harbor is filled with story. It's messy, it's busy, and it's perfect for this next redstone project. So I chose the biggest warehouse for this project. First things first, I had to dig a space for me to access the redstone that's going to go under the floor, and a way to access the redstones at the top. Then it's just a matter of placing down the redstone contraption that I obviously did not design myself. Once the redstone stuff is done, it's time for me to decorate the room a bit. There's not much space for a decoration, but in places where I can fit some stuff, I tried my best to add something that enhances the overall atmosphere of the room. The rows of chests will function as the main way for me to access the storage system, but it also looks like shelves of storage, which is very fitting for a warehouse. And lastly, we need to build a sorting system that goes all the way to the top of this whole thing. Alright, we're done with the interior right here. It is a warehouse, so I made it look exactly like a warehouse with all of these crates up here, a lot of barrels. But we also have the back part of the room right here, which is going to be more storage and random stuff that can't get sorted. I'm going to put it right here. But the main storage system itself is these chests right here. It's going to be stored automatically with the system that's up there. So it's a pretty simple interior here. We just have a lot of barrels, a lot of copper grates as a decoration, and we also have this like water tank filtration right here, and we do have a lot of pots there, and we use the scaffolding to make shelves actually. Yeah, just to add these tiny details to make it look like a warehouse, you know. So let's just go up and let me show you what we have here. You do have to do a bit of a parkour to get into the system here, but this is what we have here. Don't ask me how to do it because I don't know redstone, and it's a design made by Cubic Meter, a famous YouTuber, and then Ilya helped me figure it out and try to make it into the storage system that I have here. So big shout out to them. So the only thing I need to do left right now is just to put the observer here, which I know I need to do. Okay, that should be good. If I did it correctly, which I hope I did, I should be able to power it like so. Okay. Perfect. So the bulb right here is to show that I'm locking the system, so it's not gonna take anything from the chest right here. And I haven't fully put the stuff here to sort what kind of stuff I need, so we'll do that later at the end of the video. But now the last thing we need to do is to put these copper golems inside. Like that. There we go. And these vines right here are supposed to be there to prevent them from aging, so they could be powered forever, which is great. And once I put the sorting system in here in these chests, and then the system would start working and we would be ready to go. So we'll move on to the next part of the video, which is actually going to be next door right here in the bathhouse that we did in the last episode. Last episode we built this together with Tommy and Joey here, and we did leave out this room right here at the back, which is supposed to be the dojo. So let me just open that real quick and then do the same thing on this side right here, which this side right here connects to the kitchen, and it connects to the dojo, and the dojo also connects to this hallway right here. But the dojo itself is an XP farm, so I'm going to show you guys the design that me and Ilya came up with to make it look a bit more immersive. So let's start building it first. This is the bathhouse.
I wanted a place where my friends who visit my forever world have a place to stay. It has rooms for them to put their stuff in, a place to eat, and a place to relax. And now, it's time to add another redstone project to make this building come to life.
The room that we were working with for this project is pretty small, so coming up with an interior was going to be a challenge. First, we needed to clear the flooring to make it more fitting to the theme of this project. Funnily enough, the redstone and the designing is actually the easiest part of this redstone project. The hard part actually comes after. The room is supposed to be a dojo, where people who live in this building have a place to work out. So for some decoration, I decided to put some bamboos on the shelf for them to use as practice, and some katanas on the side stacked up on top of each other. Pretty simple but effective. Alright, we're pretty much done with the dojo here. At least the basic redstone here on the inside. And then we also have these armor stands right here, but we still need to put the mobs in. So this is basically an XP farm, and it uses armadillo and a mob to create silverfish. I don't remember how the redstone works, but that's the basic gist of it. But if we go up here and onto the second floor, I already made a few holes here at the top, right here and right here. So we need to put some armadillos here, and then we need to put a mob here. So probably a pigman would be the easiest here. And then armadillos, I do remember them being somewhere close by. So let's go look for them real quick and grab some leads first. I do remember there's a lead somewhere here. Okay, yeah, okay. And we should probably bring my happy guest for this, but let's just scout them out first. I do remember flying above somewhere here and finding a village and seeing an armadillo somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's one of them here. So that's good. We just need to find one more. Oh, there it is. Luckily, they're pretty close by. And just bring this one onto the same boat. There we go. Now we just got to bring Appa here, and then we can start breeding them. Flying back into my town here, and especially from this angle coming from the outside, you can really tell how much I've neglected this side of the town. As you can see, the right side is like so much better, so much newer, so much stuff happening, and then on the left side right here, it's still not really good. So hopefully in the coming episodes, I could revamp this whole area right here on the left side. I always love flying by here. It's so cool. The view here is amazing. Alright, I see the boat. Okay, now we just gotta attach the boat here with Appa. He's gone. I hate this part. Did it work? Okay, I think that worked. Is it working? I can't tell. Okay, I see it. I see it. Okay, that works. So let's start going back. Alright, we're reaching our destination here. Maybe we could come on the second floor. That might be a bit too hard actually. Could just put him right here. Hopefully that's right at the bridge. There we go. We'll bring him first down here. Alright, down here. There we go. Now we just gotta breed them. I think they breed with spider eyes. So let me grab some spider eyes here. Alright, let's see. I do remember having a spider eye here somewhere. Oh, we actually need to music this too. Let's see. This is why I need the chest organizer. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now, I think I just gotta feed them a spider eye and they should breed right away. And we need 12 of them. Alright. Oh, where is it? Ooh, that's really cute. Okay, now we just gotta do that, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 more times. So while we wait for them to breed here, we actually need the zombie pigment. So let's grab one real quick. Let's go into the nether here, which also reminds me that I've also neglected stuff here in the nether. I should be building more infrastructure here, I think. That could be good for future episodes. Okay, he's following me. This is good. Now I just gotta get into the portal and hopefully he follows me. Come on. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now let's name him before he despawn. Perfect. Okay. I can put him on a boat, I think. Oh, okay. Now we just gotta drag him into the hole in the farm. Now that I'm looking at it from here, I feel like Appa just flying around in my base is like really cool. So maybe I should start doing that. That's really immersive. And then when we have the golden dandelion, I could have like baby Appas flying everywhere as well. That's gonna be so fun to see. So let's take Appa here. Okay, hopefully that works. I don't know if that worked. And then just like before, we just gotta drop him on the bridge. All right. Perfect. All right, and now I just gotta put him right here. Let's test it out here. I do have the cauldron, so I gotta get it ready. Break it, and then hopefully he jumps in there. All right, now that he's in here, we can just put the cauldron here, and then he shouldn't be able to move now. We can continue breathing these armadillos, but I feel like they're scared of the zombie pigmen there, so we gotta move them to a different place. Hopefully they're good, like in this room, maybe. All right, yeah, they're fine here. I can just breed them again until we have 12. Okay, it's been a couple of hours and I managed to get, I don't know, 15 maybe in here. So we could start moving them and then the rest of them can stay here and maybe we'll have a need for them in the future. So they can stay here for now. What's the best way to move them here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. And then we could head this way. That way they could start falling off there one by one. Oh, shoot. Oh, I think I could just break the shears here and then they would be scared of the zombies. I think that would be much easier for me to move them. All right, now we just got to push them in one by one. Bring them in down here. Okay, now if I just push this button right here. Perfect. And then I could break this block, break that, place this, and then place this. That should be perfect right there. Now we just got to brew some potion here, make it a splash potion. And I believe we just got to put it here in this chest. There we go. And now if we click this jukebox right here, it should work. Let's hope it works actually. Oh, something is definitely not working. Okay, fixing it took a really long time. You don't even want to know how long it took me to fix this because apparently alignment was wrong, so I had to put the armadillos back in there. So aligning it was really tough, so I had to put a grindstone right here to align it properly, and I did some of the redstones wrong, but everything's all fixed now. Now that we hit this note block right here, it should play a song and that should indicate that it's working, hopefully. Okay, yeah, it's working. So now if we grab our iron sword here and start whacking, I was about to give up on this one right here. It took so long for me to fix this. There comes the XP. Okay, it's good to see it work. Might as well fix my tools actually. Here we go. All right, that's so good. Now we can fix our armors pretty easily and our tools. So this is a great addition to our city. And, you know, everyone who comes into my world has like a place to fix their armors and tools. And the idea here is that it's a dojo where you're supposed to be like fighting these dummies right here. And then you get XP from training, kind of like an RPG kind of system, which is really cool that we were able to build this inside of this room here. Big shout out to Ilya for helping me design the redstone part of this and fitting it into the system here. For the next part of the build, we're going to be building something quite long. It's not necessarily a lot of materials, but it's going to be very interesting to build. So one of them is going to be here, and the other one will be right around there. So I guess from that, I guess you could kind of guess what we were building next. Yeah, you can start building the exterior of the next part. Alright, as you can see here, you could probably guess what it is now. It is a tram system. So the idea is that we're going to have a lot of these tracks going all across the town. So starting from that point all the way to this point, and then when we expand the town all the way to that side and behind this train station right here, we could have that go all around maybe, and then maybe connect it back or something, or whatever, maybe. I don't know how, but this is what we have so far. So just to take a closer look at it. So we have one right here. I name it Chome, means district in Japanese. Right here, as you can see, we have the benches right here. But also, I needed to make this go forward a bit since the redstone contraption is going to be here. And it's all gonna make sense soon when we do the redstone. And we also have the tram system right here, which also will have a use case for it. As you can see on the inside, there's some lodestones here, and you might probably could guess how this thing would work. But I myself don't really know how the system works. I just put the redstones together, and my friend kind of helped me set it up. So that's that. And as you can see on the other side right here, I do have all of these cables going all across the town, and I do have like some supports for them, like on this one right here. You do have like a support system to hold the cables up, and eventually I'm gonna make more to make it look more realistic, but for now I just have a few of them right here. And as we head right here, we have basically the same thing. We just named this one Founder Street, and we do have the redstone system as well. I have to set it up after this, but this is what we have. Yeah, it's a pretty simple design, but it has a lot of functionality. And yeah, in this episode, we didn't do like crazy giant builds, but we do have a lot of like small builds that help make the city more immersive, which is really cool. So the next step that we need to do now is just to fill in the redstone parts right here, and then I can show you guys how the system works. So let's do that real quick. So to start off with this next redstone project, we needed to make space for it underground. So I dug out a space behind it that would lead to the bottom half of the redstone. This way it'll be easy for me to make some maintenance work. The redstone part is actually quite compact and simple. After that, we just needed to connect it to the top, and this was the best way I could actually cover up the redstone mechanic. It's not perfect, but I managed to cover up most of it. Now we just have to mirror the same thing over on the other tram station. This one was much easier, since I didn't have to clear out any space behind it since it was hollow. But I had to make 2 redstone contraptions right here. This way I have more room for installment for the future. Alright, now that we got the redstone set up, I can show you guys what it is. It's basically an ender pearl stasis chamber where you place ender pearl on the water stream right here, and then it kind of just like stays on the water until you activate it, and then you get teleported to this specific location. And the way we trigger it right here is we use copper golems at the back right here. I would not know how to explain it to you guys properly, but basically there are copper golems right here on the inside, and they kind of shuffle and look around for the compasses that I'm gonna be making right here, and then when it triggers, basically I get teleported to this spot. I don't know if I explained that right, but that's how I understand it. So that's all you guys are gonna get from me. I'm not a redstone YouTuber, but yeah, the only thing we need to do now is to use these compasses and find a place where I want them to be going. So first, let's set up the first tram station right here. I want us to break this lodestone right here, and then it would teleport us there. So let's set that up first. All right, we're just gonna have to click this lodestone with the compass right here and do that until all of them gets converted. Alright, that should be everything here. And now the next thing we need to do is place them in the chests. Place 3 here, and then I place 1 here, and then I place the rest of the 64 here, and then I grab these, and then I have to break the lodestone and come back here. So let's do that real quick. So it was this one right here. I gotta break it, and that should break the lodestone here, and I head back there, and that should be working. Now all I gotta do is just wake up the copper golem right here. Alright, now I just gotta come back here and wax him so he never breaks. That should do it. Now we can activate the machine. So now if I head in here and place the ender pearls inside like so, and now if we head back and break this and then place it again, I should be teleported there if I did it correctly. Any minute now, hopefully. Oh no. Okay, nothing seems to work for me when it comes to redstone, so I gotta try and figure out what's wrong again. Okay, before I try to fix it, let's try and do the other one first. So we gotta use this machine here, and let's set it up with this one. So this one goes onto that side of the city, and this one goes back there. Oh, shoot. Now just gotta go back there and do the same thing as before. So if I remember correctly here, I gotta place 3 of them here, 1 of them under it, and then place the rest here, and then break the lodestone, and then come back here. Go back there, and then we should just break this, wait a couple of seconds, place it back. Within a few seconds, I should be teleported there if everything works. Oh, where am I? It does work. That is interesting. So the problem is probably not with this system here. It's just that system right there. Okay, I gotta figure that out now. Okay, that took a while, but I figured out what the issue was. So basically, if we head into F3G here, you could see the chunk here. And then on this side right here, where the contraption was, it was sitting like in between 2 chunks. Now I thought I did it pretty well where all the redstone underneath was all on this side of the chunk, but except one of them, except the trapdoor right here, it was on this side of the chunk. So I guess this trapdoor really is important to the point where it needs to be in the same chunk to work, and that was causing the issue right there. So now if we just redo it again, place the ender pearls right here, and then we could go there, do the same thing on this side. All right, that should be good. And now if we break this lodestone, place it back, we should be teleported there soon, unless I broke it again. Oh, there we go, we're here. The problem with this is that you take quite a lot of damage when traveling. I might need to figure out how to fix that. Now if we just head back to this tramp right here, break this, place it back any minute now. There we are. Okay, perfect. It's working. Now, granted, it's not really worth it if you're just traveling from this side to that side. You could probably just fly with an elytra, right? That would be much faster. But I mean, that's the immersion I'm trying to do here in this world, to have like different ways to travel in the city. So you have this thing right here, but you also have the train, which is for long distance travel right here at the back. Let me just demonstrate it real quick to refresh your memory on it. We click this, you get some mine carts, we sit down right here, and then let's say we want to head that way, we just press this button right here, and we get pushed all the way to that side. So this is more for the means of traveling if you want to head out of the city, like a really, really long distance. That way you can see the view, you can see what's happening, and you know, it's incentivized me to make things look good outside of the city limits. Now, maybe the system right here makes more sense for an airport system. So let's say you want to head here, let's say like immersion wise, fly into like a different city. This would make a lot more sense, I think. But you know, I think this is a really cool way to make a tram system work in a more immersive way. And yeah, I like it. Now we have one more redstone that we need to do before we end the video. And it's a very relatively simple redstone mechanic in comparison to the other 3 that we just did just now. So this is going to be a really good palette cleanser. So let's build it out and I'll let you know what it is. Now it's time to make the vending machine. I just had to break a 2x3 hole in the tram station, put some books to make it look like some bottles or food in the vending machine, and then create a hole underneath it for some redstone mechanics. I connected the room for this redstone bit to the ender pearl stasis redstone, that way it's easy for me to check both redstone. Then I moved on to the next station. This time I colored it differently, just to have some variety. Alright, as you can see right here, it's a pretty simple system that we have. It's a vending machine. And what's funny is that in Japanese culture, there's like a lot of vending machine. Maybe not in a specific period, but I do like having vending machines. I think it's a cool addition in the world. And these 2 vending machines that we create in these 2 tram station is an energizer. Basically, it gives me ender pearls to use in the system right here, which is an ender pearl stasis chamber. And I think it makes a lot of sense for it to be here. And in the future, we're going to have lots of these vending machines across the city, and I think it's a great way to have like different sorts of materials that I would need, like food or maybe even emeralds, since there are a lot of villagers in the city that are good for trading. And a vending machine that gives out emeralds would be super useful. So let's just press this button right here and we should get ender pearls for the machine, and we could just load it up in here and that should be good to go. Now, although all the builds that I did in this episode is not really significant in a bigger picture, it's not something super exciting, but having these different mechanics and infrastructure in your world, it helps make your world feel more immersive and alive. You know, seeing these tram stations dotted across the city, it gives a story that the world is lived in, and you thought about how the people in this city should be traveling, whether it's by train or by tram, or even just walking across the city. It makes it feel more immersive and alive. Before we end the video with some dialogue, which is the comment of the week, I do want to ask you guys, since I normally do my building cinematics with just music, and I find it more peaceful and more rewarding for the people that is watching, but in this video particularly, I'm doing a voiceover. Like, I'm talking about my process and how I build things. I just wanted to know if that's helpful, whether you like it or not. Since it is a different format, I do like having a more peaceful building cinematics where I just have a music on. I feel like that's a really nice way to slow down the pace of the video. It lets you breathe a bit, right? From like all the talking and all of the things that are going on in my videos. So just talking is really good to like break down the pace a bit. But yeah, let me know what do you think about it. Do you like that I try to explain more of my thoughts during the building process? Or do you prefer the usual format? So this week we have a comment from Luke Inside. Your best build will always be the next one. It's incredible how you can fit the vibe of the world with complex ideas. I feel like that's a really good way to put it. I always feel like I could do better the next time I do it. And that's always something that's gonna be making me feel bad sometimes about my builds, is that, you know, I could do better and I always want to improve, right? So sometimes when I do finish building something, I'm like, dang, I could definitely do better. And like most of the stuff here already built out. I guess that's like the same case with the older parts of the city, right? I thought it was good at one point, but I noticed that I could do so much better. So I just ended up tearing lots of the older buildings down. Like this building right here was like probably one of my proudest buildings, but the more I look at it, it kind of shows its age, right? It's not the style that I'm trying to go for anymore. Now my type of style of building is more realistic and more grounded, and that's a bit more cartoonish. There's nothing wrong with a more cartoonish building. It's just something that I don't particularly like anymore. So I try to avoid doing that nowadays, but you can't let those things kind of hinder you from creating or like building more stuff, right? It's like always something that's in the back of my mind that I could be doing something better, but you know, you just got to keep creating. And the second comment of the day we have from Albino is that die with another cinematographic masterpiece. Thank you so much for that comment. I put so much effort in creating these cinematics. There's a lot of thought process and planning and script making behind it. It's really fun, but it's super time consuming. It takes a long time for me to get the ideas across and then tell the actors, which is my friends, to act a certain way and then record their audio and then try to get them act in a specific way and then get the framing rights for the video. So, you know, even though the skits are like 20 or like 30 or 30% of the video, it probably takes the most time to do. And as much as I enjoy them, I'm gonna have them mostly for when I do have guests on like a special episode, like a collab, or maybe just to spice things up a bit every now and then. So I'm not gonna be doing that every day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. It's a different type of video, but I hope it's still as entertaining as the other ones. And I'll see you next week. Take care.